Oh God. What happened last night? Oh yeah. Now I remember.
Okay, so now me and my buddy Albert have cleaned up the place a little bit. Let me introduce myself. My name is Cokart, and if you remember, on my previous video of the OnePlus 5 review, I had a small clip featuring these. The Bose Quiet Comfort 35 wireless headphones. And I looked at the video and I was like, why not do a review out of that? So that is exactly what you're gonna get today. Okay, so I bought the Bose Quiet Comfort 35 wireless headphones on the 21st of August 2017 for the relatively high price of 369 euros at a local retail store in the stealth black color option, as you can see. And these days I cannot leave the house without them anymore. I really can't, so let me tell you exactly why it is that I cannot leave the house without these anymore. So, what is inside the box? Inside the box you will first be greeted with the carrying pouch, and when you open it up, the headphones will be presented to you in all of their glory. And additionally, in the little storage compartment inside the pouch, there is a SoundLink wireless headphones audio cable, as Bose calls it, a USB charging cable, and a airplane adapter. I do wish that Bose also included a wall charge adapter, because right now Bose just seems to assume that you have at least used to own, or still own, an Android smartphone with a micro USB connection. Because otherwise I really don't know why you would have so many of those chargers lying around. So if you don't have a wall adapter lying around somewhere, you're going to have to get your hands on one, or charge it through the USB Type-A port, for example, from a laptop or PC or power bank. And now I know Bose does sell them on their website separately, and if you ever lose your airplane adapter, USB charging cable, your carrying pouch, or God forbid even your ear cushions, you can still buy them on the Bose website to replace them. As for build quality, as you can see, these headphones are the sturdiest around. From the outside you would think that these headphones are just made with some cheap plastic. However, the plastic is impact resistant, and the metal on the sides are made from a corrosion resistant stainless steel. Again, first glance at these headphones, you would not think that is the case, but it is. And the headband is made of a Alcantara, which is the same luxurious soft covering material used in yachts and high-end cars. Bose states that on their website at least, and in that fact they are correct. The ear cushions are made of a synthetic protein leather, which by far is the most comfortable material I've ever felt on my ears. And they do seem to have some design element to it, which allows the ear cushions to breathe, since I have yet to experience any sweat whatsoever from these ear cushions. And yes, they are also swappable, so you can swap them out for new ones if by some miracle you do manage to drench them in your sweat. As for buttons, the Bose QC35 has very tactile and well thought out buttons. From top to bottom there's the volume up button, the multifunctional button, and the volume down button. The functions for the multifunctional button are as follows. Tap once to play and pause, tap twice to skip a track, tap 3 times in a row to go to the previous track, and hold it for Google Assistant or Google Now, depending on which part of the world you are. And it's very easy to identify which button you're pressing due to the multifunctional button's slightly deeper location and bigger surface area in relationship to the volume up and volume down button. The power switch is located on the right ear cup. To turn these headphones on, you simply flip the switch, and by holding it to the right, you can put it into Bluetooth pairing mode. Now for ports. Ports-wise, the headphones charge via a USB 2.0 micro B port, which is used to charge the headphones at a rapid rate, and more on that later when I get to the battery section of this video. Unlike most things these days going wireless, the Bose QC35 still features a headphone jack, which can be used to either extend battery life, in fact double battery life, use external equalizers built into some smartphones, or for when the headphones run completely out of juice and you really need the damn headphone jack. Now, for weight and comfort, the Bose QC35 slots in at a 238 grams or 8.3 ounces, which is very lightweight, and the Alcantara finish on the headband, as well as the ear cushions, that they make me able to listen to these things for hours upon hours on end. They are very comfortable, and they also don't have a lot of clamping force, so they just simply rest on your ears, and they do not move a bit, even when shaking quite a bit. These are by far the most comfortable headphones money can buy, for at least right now. If you do know of some more comfortable headphones, please do let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to see someone taking a crack at this one. It's just so comfy. Now, in terms of style points, the Bose QC35 score really high because they are so slim looking and fit nearly any clothing style due to their color variations, which is classy silver or stealth black. So whether you're trying to reach a clean aesthetic or go under the radar, Bose has got you covered. I think I love these headphones so much because I'm used to having gaming headphones that I took outside the door, but they were always so bulky and heavy steel construction, whereas these are so comfortable, slim, and awesome sounding. Now, as for connectivity, the Bose QC35 has Bluetooth 4.1, which is a very power-saving version of Bluetooth. Also lower range, about 10 meters or 33 feet. However, outside my house with Wi-Fi location services and cellular data turned off, I can achieve around 25 meters before the audio starts to cut off. Whereas Bose's advertised 10 meters is probably a more realistic number with Wi-Fi location services and cellular data turned on. The headphones also feature NFC that allows for easy and quick Bluetooth pairing, so no hassle whatsoever with this one. Now let's get to the battery life section of this video. Bose advertises about 20 hours of playtime on their website, and they just might. I've not depleted the battery often, but I just feel like it can handle 20 hours of playtime without breaking a sweat at 100% volume. And if you listen to music using the SoundLink audio cable that is included, you can increase the battery life from 20 hours to 40 hours. Simply by switching to cable, you can double the battery life. And even if by some miracle you still manage to deplete the battery completely, don't worry, don't fret, because these headphones have some rapid charging capabilities. 15 minutes of charging adds up to 2.5 hours of listening time. I don't know how they managed to put such a good battery in this thing, but it puts a really big smile on my face, because now I only have to charge it once a week or less. Okay, sounders, so they're very comfortable. The battery life is great. It integrates very easy into your life. But how do they sound? Well, for 369 euros, they better sound really good. And they do. Don't worry, your money is well spent. Bose Quiet Comfort 35s have an amazing sound that by the average consumer can only be perceived as the best quality they have ever heard on any headphones. Bose headphones are very well known to have great detail in their sound signature. The bass is punchy but not overwhelming, the mid-range is perfectly clear, and the treble is very crisp. I am easily able to hear each individual instrument played on my music tracks, and none of the instruments take priority over other instruments. Everything sounds very well balanced, in my opinion. However, these are not audiophile headphones. The sound signature is on the warm side rather than the natural side, which is very pleasant for listening to the human ear, but it's not accurate to life. Which in my opinion doesn't bother me at all, since in my opinion music is to be enjoyed, and if digital work can make it sound better than the original instrument, then I'm completely fine with that. Okay, and as you can hear by the sound quality of the microphone of the Bose QC35 35, it's actually very good. And it's also noise cancelling, which means that the person on the other end of the call can still hear you, even in a noisy area. A friend of mine was able to hear me even when I was next to the stage at King's Day 2018. As far as noise cancelling goes, these are some of the best ones around, and I've tested quite a few from brands like Sennheiser. And to give you an idea of how good the noise cancelling is on the Bose Quiet Comfort 35s, I'll tell you about a few experiences. When I went on holiday last year, 2017, I went to Spain in Lloret de Mar and went there by aircraft, obviously, and using these headphones I was barely able to hear the engine sounds, which makes a economy class seat sound more like a first class seat. Leg space is another issue, but that's another story completely. I honestly don't ever want to fly again without these things. If I'm gonna catch an aircraft, if I'm gonna catch a plane, and I don't have these with me, I'll skip to the next flight. Okay, I'll skip that day, I won't go, I'll go the next day. I want these headphones. Being without them feels empty on the inside. And on the 26th of April 2018, which is one day after my birthday, mind you, on King's Night, which is an event in the Netherlands, celebration for the king and all that, whatever. I sat with my headphones quite literally in very close proximity to the stage and the speakers, and while I could feel the music through the pavement of the floor, I couldn't hear a thing. All I could hear was my perfectly calming and great sounding, comfortable music. Now, Bose products also come with the Bose Connect app, and when you open the Bose Connect app for the first time, it will probably ask you to connect your headphones to the smartphone, and once this is all done, the app requires access to your location services, so it can track down any lost devices, which is a supported feature on new Bose products. Unfortunately, the first generation of the QC35 doesn't support this, and inside the app you can also see what devices have been connected to the headphones in the past, view your battery status, and allow you to switch noise cancelling modes from off to low to high. The app also supports third-party apps in that it can read what music is playing on the other app, for example Spotify or Google Play Music. Additionally, here's also where you can find Bose's Music Share, which allows you to share music between headphones so you can listen together to the same song at the same time. However, do bear in mind that the other person must also have one of Bose's earbuds or headphones. Finally, in the settings menu, you can change the name of the headphones, you can change the standby timer, and turn off voice prompts completely so you won't hear your headphones prompting you anymore about things like what your current battery status is like, or to what device you are connected to the second you turn the headphones on. Which I've turned off because I find it quite annoying. So, conclusion time. Should you buy these headphones? The answer is a huge yes. Literally every person should have one of these. After working for about 1 month full-time, which is what I did when I worked for 1 month full-time. I purchased these headphones and it was the best purchase I've ever made in years. I honestly hoped that I had bought these way sooner than I did. Now, do bear in mind that this is the first generation of these headphones. The Bose Quiet Comfort 35 2s is probably what you're going to be looking at when you go walk into the store. I don't think that these will be available anymore. However, if you can find these cheap, trust me, it's still worth it, and by the lower price, it's even more worth the money. Providing you don't need Google Assistant, which is basically the only benefit that the version 2s have over these. Now, I know that these are still some expensive as hell headphones, and most people will probably never even reach the budget that they think like, oh, I'm comfortable now buying these pair of headphones. However, I bought them, and I can tell you, just trust me, you will not regret this purchase. Especially if you're living in a noisy area, or live in a dorm with loud schoolmates. Then I can definitely see why you would want to buy these headphones. But they are also very good in transit. I use them in public transportation every single day, and I don't want to go out into a train or an aircraft or a car or whatever anymore without these. The car being the passenger, of course. Don't drive with these things, you can't hear. Now, I honestly cannot leave the house anymore without these. I absolutely need them every single time because I hate listening to the noises of the engine of a bus or the engines of an aircraft or the rails of a train. It is just so annoying, and having these on is just isolating me from the world. And don't let me get started on crying babies on the train. Has happened plenty of times. The quality of these headphones is simply unrivaled. And yes, I do know that there are some cheaper noise cancelling headphones from brands like Sennheiser. However, I tested those and I still prefer the Bose headphones. The reality is that Bose's noise cancelling solution cancels out highly pitched sounds, which means that you can sometimes still hear muffled sounds like voices. However, with Sennheiser, they seem to muffle the lower frequency sounds, which means that highly pitched noises, which in some cases can sound like a faint screech that you hear all the time wearing the headphones. Things like footsteps also become easier to hear, but not with these ones, not with the Bose headphones, especially not these. So I definitely recommend them, and I think that everyone should have one. If not for the sound quality, then to stop hearing the bullshit from the people surrounding you, so you can go back to more important matters like relaxing in the sun, or of course being a student writing your essays, which I should probably get back to later. So guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. And subscribe if you want to be updated on my content regularly. And hit the bell icon in case you want to be notified the second I do something. Also follow me on Instagram, where I'll sometimes do live streams and share all my recent activities. Alternatively, you can follow me on Twitter, but I do recommend you following me on Instagram since I'm on there most of the time. And you can join my Discord community in case you want to meet some more of those technological and or gaming humans.